Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on something we use every single day but maybe don't think about much: how the digital world is actually built. We're going to look at the two main blueprints that everything, and I mean everything, uses to communicate online. I mean, seriously, have you ever stopped to wonder? You stream a movie, you send a text, you check your email. How does that stuff just work? How does it get from your screen to somewhere else and back again? Well, it pretty much all boils down to two fundamental designs. Two completely different ways of thinking about how to build a network. You've got the client-server way, and then you have the peer-to-peer way. So let's start with the big one, the one that powers most of the internet that you and I use every day. To make it super simple, let's just call this the library model. Okay, so here's the deal. In this model, you have two very distinct players. On one side, you have the big, powerful computer called the server. Its whole job is to hold all the data, the websites, the files, the emails. And on the other side, you've got the clients. And yep, that's you, your phone, your laptop, anything that asks the server for stuff. The absolute best way to picture this in your head is to just think of a good old-fashioned library. It's the perfect analogy for how a client-server network operates. It's a really structured process, right? You, the client, go up to the librarian, the server, and you ask for a book. The librarian listens, goes and finds what you need, and then gives it to you. Simple. You don't go around asking other people in the library for their books. You always go through that central point of control, the librarian. Now, you can probably see why this is so popular. It's all about control. Since everything goes through that one central spot, it's really easy to manage everything, keep it secure, and make backups. And if you need to handle more people, no problem. You just upgrade the server. It's built to be orderly, scalable, and super reliable. But, and this is a big but, that central control is also its greatest weakness. For starters, those big servers are really expensive. And more importantly, it creates what we call a single point of failure. Think about it. If the librarian gets sick and goes home, the whole library shuts down for everybody. Everyone is completely dependent on that one server. Okay, now let's flip the script and look at our second blueprint. This one is a whole different world. We're going to call it the friends model because it pretty much throws that whole central idea out the window. In a peer-to-peer network, or P2P, there is no librarian. There's no central server at all. Every single computer, which we call a peer, is totally equal. Your computer can ask for a file 1 minute and then turn around and share a file the next. Everybody's both a client and a server at the same time. And the analogy here, it's not a formal library. It's more like a book club. Just a bunch of friends getting together to share books directly with each other. No central building, no main desk, no rules. The way it works is just so simple and direct. If Ali wants a book that Hassan has, he doesn't go through some middleman. Nope, he just messages Hassan and says, "Hey, can I get that book?" And Hassan sends it right over. The whole thing happens directly between the two of them. The real magic here is in that decentralization. You get rid of the expensive servers, so the cost just plummets. But even better, the whole network is incredibly resilient. If one of your friends leaves the book club, who cares? The rest of the club just keeps on sharing. There's no single point of failure that can bring the whole system down. Of course, all that freedom can get a little chaotic. With no one in charge, files are just scattered all over the place, which makes doing backups a total nightmare. And security? Well, the whole network is only as safe as its least secure person. Performance can be all over the map too. It just depends on how fast the computer you're getting a file from is. It's a system that can get really messy really fast. So there you have it, our two blueprints: the super organized, centralized library and the free-for-all, decentralized book club. Now let's put them side by side so we can really see the trade-offs. Look, if you remember just one thing from all of this, make it this. Client-server is all about centralized control. One person, one machine is in charge. Peer-to-peer is the complete opposite. It's about decentralized power, shared among equals. And when you lay it out in a chart like this, it just becomes crystal clear, doesn't it? Client-server is great where you need control, management, security, scalability, but it costs a lot. Peer-to-peer is the mirror image. It's cheap and resilient, but it can be chaotic and insecure. It's a total trade-off, one for the other. Okay, so this is all cool in theory, but where do you actually run into this stuff in real life? Well, the truth is, you're using both of these models every single day, probably without even realizing it. That library model? That's basically 99% of the internet.
When you open up Google or scroll through Facebook, your computer is a client, asking their giant servers for information. And the book club model? You see that in things like BitTorrent for file sharing, or maybe the most famous example, cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, which run on a massive peer-to-peer network with no central bank.
And that really brings us to the biggest question of all. We've got two models with massive strengths and huge weaknesses. One gives us order and security, but we have to give up some control. The other gives us freedom and resilience, but it comes with risk and a bit of chaos. So, as we keep building the future of the internet, which one do we choose? Central control or shared power?